I'm Bill Mays with a Stepping Stone Bible devotional brought to you on behalf of the Krum Church of Christ. Now, yesterday was February the 14th, a day that history has long called Valentine's Day. There was a real person in history named Valentine, but I will allow you to look that bit of history up on your own time. I like the emphasis placed on real love on Valentine's Day. With that in mind, today's Stepping Stone on this Wednesday, February the 15th, the year 2023 is entitled, Wishing to Justify Himself. And it is a consideration in Luke 10, verses 25 through 29, where we read, And behold, a lawyer stood up and put him to the test, saying, Teacher, what shall I do to inherit eternal life? And he said to him, What is written in the law? How does it read to you? And he answered and said, You shall love the Lord your God with all your heart, and with all your soul, and with all your strength, and with all your mind, and your neighbor as yourself. And he said to him, You have answered correctly. Do this, and you will live. But wishing to justify himself, he said to Jesus, And who is my neighbor? This passage is then followed by the story of the Good Samaritan in Luke 10, verses 30 through 37. The last statement of the lawyer points up to a particular trait in almost every human being, the desire to justify oneself. To justify means to make right, to free self from blame or guilt, no matter what one may be doing, even if it is devilish. There are those who will stretch the facts so he or she will be in the right. The infamous Al Capone is reported as saying, when accused of managing illegal liquor traffic and prostitution, he just expressed, I'm just giving the people what they want. In Luke 10, it seems that the lawyer was trying to justify possibly a neglect to love and help of others by finding what he considered to be was a loophole in the law. Since the law did not specifically say who his neighbor was, he could be selective in those that he might help. We have the same problem with people today. When people wish to justify themselves, they find these loopholes and say, the Bible doesn't say every Lord's Day, or the Bible doesn't command that we attend all the services of our local church family. A person might also say the Bible doesn't say how many sick and how often I should visit them, or the Bible doesn't indicate exactly how much I should give. And so, a person just visits a little and gives just a little and then lives just a little Christian life, and then they feel like they have fulfilled God's teachings and commandments. Do we really think that God is such a fool to think that people who emphasize only a little obedience really love Him? Do we think that God will be pleased with those who treat His commandments like the statutes of the Internal Revenue Service? In other words, what is the least amount for me to give that I can get away with? When a person seeks to be justified by a little work apart from real love, we are reminded of 1 Corinthians 13, verses 1 through 3, where Paul wrote, If I speak with the tongues of mankind and of angels, but do not have love, I become a noisy gong or a clanging cymbal. If I have the gift of prophecy, know all mysteries and all knowledge, and if I have all faith so as to remove mountains, but do not have love, I am nothing. And if I give away all my possessions to charity, and if I surrender my body so that I may glory, but do not have love, it does me no good. When we seek to justify sin in our lives instead of obeying God's will, we do not love God as we should. When we do not have proper love to go along with our work for the Lord, then that work does us no good. So how is your standing before God right now? I challenge you. Love the Lord your God with all your heart, and with all your soul, and with all your mind, and with all your strength, as we are taught here in Mark 12, verse 30. If the Krum Church of Christ can be of any help to you spiritually, please go to this website, find their email address, and let them know what they can do to help you in drawing closer to Jesus Christ. I also want to invite you to the services of the Krum Church of Christ. They meet for Sunday Bible study at 9:30 and Sunday worship at 10:30 and Wednesday Bible study such as this evening at 6:45 p.m. God bless. Be well. And I hope you will choose again next week to join us for another Stepping Stone Bible lesson.